It's me, that one tiny German woman, talking about things that go on in my head. You ever know? Wow, do you hear the rain? It's raining outside and it's just fucking slamming into my window. Uh, everybody knows about self reflection. It's a good one. We all do it. We all kind of love it. We all kind of hate it because we know it's necessary, but then it hurts our little baby arrogance uh, and our poor feelings. It kind of ties into the whole ordeal with changing your perspective. Now, how to do proper self-reflection? Because first of all, how do you know you're not lying to yourself? How do you know you're not just making up shit and showing to yourself like, well, I am this person. I'm going to conceptualize me as a person and look at it as objectively as I can and make my opinion about a person of this sort. It's like, that's kind of, how do you know that's not a whole lot of fucking bullshit? So I'm not here to preach, because A, I'm in no moral position to do so, but I'm also just generally against preaching, because I feel like we all should be free to choose in which ways we want to be fucking garbage as human beings. Everybody has their niche of being a shit person. I just believe your niche of being a shit person should be illuminated by your own awareness. Kind of, yeah, I know sometimes I think about whatever most visceral, vile, disgusting shit. Maybe don't act on it unless you're ready to face the consequences. But if you do so, you should be like honest with yourself. And the question is, how do I find what the hell that is if all I ever do when I try to self-reflect is conceptualize something that might not really properly be me? So it's like, imagine you're sitting down to make up your opinion about some huge, complex political issue that you have barely any information on. Like, suddenly you wanted to understand the Mid-Eastern, Midwestern, some fucking political war type of issue, but you've never before in your life read any sort of document about that issue. So you'd sit down, and no matter how much you think through all the potential ways and, like, situation ongoings, if you don't actually know what's going on, you're not gonna have a proper opinion about it. So it's not something that you just sit down and do. It's more of an observing yourself whenever you do anything type of action. It goes on over a long time. So somebody is pissing you off and you're pissed off and you're doing something. It's gonna be pretty damn hard to observe that thing as it's happening, because we're people, we get impulses and we get freaking overly emotional. But we have the magic of the internet and chat rooms that you can look back in, and even if it's something that happened when talking to people with your mouth, you can still ask them. And that's also kind of a, depends on the person you're asking. Maybe you don't want to, maybe it's a person that you can't really rely on either. But especially in chats, plus if you can manage to do it in the moment, it also works in the moment, to kind of look at exactly what you're saying and analyze what happened here, what just went on, which point triggered some. And I know we all love this term, triggered, my favorite term. But yeah, which of these things made me kind of just react quickly and emotionally, impulsively, without thinking, and in the end I thought, God, I'm a fucking idiot, I could have done this so much better. Or just, what makes you act in a way that afterwards you feel like regretful for how you have acted. And sometimes you act like an asshole and you don't feel regretful. That's okay. That's something you might want to put into the category of, yeah, I know I'm doing ass, but I don't really fucking give a shit. I feel like I'm right here. Or maybe I feel like this is justified. Again, I'm not here to fucking preach. I'm just saying honesty, man. Honesty's key. So, observe your fucking behavior and mumbo jumbo over time, and maybe write some things down, and then kind of try to confront this being with, okay, what would this all lead to? And is this accurate to who I actually am? And if I am this person, am I acting in ways that don't go in accordance with what this person would be and is? And am I okay with that? Oftentimes it's like, man, I've been trying to justify this one part of my personality for like 16 years, and now I'm realizing this is all kind of bullshit. So what am I going to do about it? Am I going to die on that hill? Which, fair enough if you really want to. or am I gonna try and move on from that thing? It just depends on your own priorities, but you cannot clarify your own priorities to yourself and figure out what it is you want, or if you already have what you want, and all that mumbo jumbo, unless you start with like continuous honesty as a principle. You need to, even if you're a huge liar and you lie to other people all the fucking time, start with being honest with yourself, because that's the person it matters with most. Because most of the time lies, if you're like a pathological liar, they just come out of you and you don't even fucking think about it. And then over time you stop thinking about, well, what do I actually believe? Does it even matter? Who am I? I don't care. And then it's a bit of a weird one, you know? So, yeah, feed your mirror the truth. And eventually it'll tell you the truth. And then you can see what you want to make of that.